Topic number 3 comes to us from Akshat. Hi, John and crew. The showrunner of Moon Knight recently said that Moon Knight joining the Avengers is the long-term goal at Marvel. I don't know about you, but I was hoping Moon Knight to be a character like the Punisher who flies solo because his codes are often not too good for the morality of the team. I was hoping Moon Knight would show up in the larger MCU to just help temporarily with a big issue, but would largely keep it to the streets.
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in. And yeah, actually, there's been a couple of things regarding Moon Knight that have come out just over the last day or so. Let's focus on this one first. The whole idea about what is the future of Moon Knight. Well, I mean, it's difficult to say what the future of Moon Knight is when we really don't know. Like Rob, you were saying before, this Moon Knight iteration is really not like, at least it's certainly not identical to any of the Moon Knight iterations we've had before. It seems to be a conglomeration of an amalgamation of different things.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say before we see a single episode, really, what is the true nature of the character going to be once we get to the show? And we've only got a few weeks to go until the show comes out. Also, and then what will the future of it be? However, obviously, the writer of the show was asked, like, hey, are we going to see this guy in the Avengers? Right? Which is kind of our starting assumptions that any character in the MCU is going to end up being in the Avengers, which is probably not true. It's probably not going to be every single heroic character we see is going to end up in the Avengers. That's probably not the case. But will it be for Moon Knight? Well, this is what they said. This comes to us from the director who wrote the following. When asked if the show would serve as the launch pad for a much larger crossover with the MCU, being in the Avengers, Jeremy Slater, Moon Knight's head writer, admitted that he doesn't know the character's future. If it's up to him, the Umbrella Academy scribe pointed out that he would love to see Moon Knight become a member of the Avengers in the future. The honest answer is, he said, I don't know, because Kevin Feige is the guy who decides all that stuff. Look, if it was up to me, he would be part of the Avengers. It's absolutely not up to me, but I think that is the goal. So in one hand, he's saying, and again, thanks to the direct for bringing us that. On the one hand, he's saying, well, I don't know. I don't know. But then on the other hand, he's saying, but I believe that's the goal. So at some point, there were conversations about what the future of Moon Knight is going to be. And it does sound like he's at least it's been mentioned to him that getting him into the Avengers at some point is apparently one of their targets that they're going for. Now, another interesting thing has come out this morning about Moon Knight. And it shouldn't be a terrible surprise, but there are reports right now going around, and I believe it came from the Disney Insider, that are reporting that Mark Ruffalo is going to be in Moon Knight. Now, whether he's going to be Hulk or not, we're not 100% sure. But this comes to us, again, from over there. Let me see if I can get it back to where we were talking about here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Where does it says? Here it goes. The Diz Insider show shared that Mark Ruffalo will appear as Bruce Banner / Hulk in Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, which premieres on March 30th, which we are getting really damn close to. We know Moon Knight is coming out this month, but we have exclusively heard that Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo himself, will premiere in Moon Knight. Will premiere in Moon? Does that mean he's going to be in episode 1? Now listen, on the one hand, this shouldn't surprise us, because we already know he's popping up in She-Hulk. We saw that in the preview they gave, so we know that. So it wouldn't be terribly surprising if he popped up in one or two other things as well. Although I gotta say off the top of my head, how the hell does Banner fit in with what's going on here? So Rob, you are our Moon Knightologist here. And not a lot of people know that at the University of Birmingham, Moon Knightology is an actual MA course that you can take there, and you are a doctorate in Moonology. Let me ask you the two things here. Number one, the speculation about could Moon Knight actually as a character fit in to be a member of the Avengers? Number two, do you believe the report? Because there's working for it, he's popping up in other things. Working against it, how does he fit in? But so number one, do you believe he'll be a member of the Avengers? Number two, do you believe this report that we're going to see Banner pop up in this?
Yes, because first, let me address the Hulk issue. Moon Knight, back in the day, was a backup in the Hulk magazine. So it was, and I believe, if memory serves, that backup was when Bill Sienkiewicz first started drawing Moon Knight, my favorite Moon Knight artist. So to have it really honors the character by having Banner and the Hulk show up in some way in the Moon Knight series. I think that's a really cool thing. I don't know from a storyline standpoint how they were going to make that work with this iteration of Moon Knight, but in terms of the history of the character, kudos to Kevin Feige for that kind of honor for the character. 2, Moon Knight was in West Coast Avengers for a time, has been in the original Avengers. So Moon Knight, it's not like Moon Knight is out of the running to be an Avenger. He has been in the comics. But I would like to say that, what is the name of our viewer on this topic?
Akshat, I think it was.
Akshat. I agree with him. He and I park our shuttlecrafts in the same shuttle bay. I totally agree with you. I prefer Moon Knight as a single character the same way I prefer Daredevil. I like Daredevil as sort of a singular entity. That doesn't mean that they can't team up. Just like a Spider-Man story. Spider-Man worked well in the Avengers. I think Moon Knight can work well in the Avengers. But I prefer these characters on their own, and I think Moon Knight works best when he is on his own, just because of the kind of character that he is.
By the way, I should mention, for those of you watching, Chris Carr is now joining us in the live chat. She's not here because her car broke down again on the way here. She's got a new car coming, everybody. Don't worry. She's got a new car coming. It's good to see Chris Carr in the live chat.
This whole crew has new cars.
Yeah.
I mean, when Chris gets her new car, we're all like,
well, there's
Ray.
one who doesn't. Ray, if anybody in this room needs a new car, it's Ray.
Yeah, I know.
He's got to get himself a new car. But at any rate.
Well, he's a sharp-dressed man.
Yeah, I mean, look at how sharp he dresses.
He looks good.
Honestly.
He looks good.
The 10% of my wardrobe, I'm not kidding, the 10% of my wardrobe that is actually presentable, because listen, I'm a schlub when it comes to, I have no fashion sense.
You're just a real guy.
I have no fashion sense. I have no fashion taste. I've owned this shirt for 8 years.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Tom is the same way. He has not bought new clothes. He will literally wear I'll be like, I'm throwing this shirt away. And he's like, I got that shirt my sophomore year of college. I'm like, yeah. I will secretly take clothes of his and throw them away.
10%, maybe 5%, the 5% of my wardrobe that has any style value whatsoever,
From me.
it's from Ray. Either Ray got it for me as a gift, or B, I was just over at his house and said, hey, that looks good. Can I borrow that?
I'll have something hanging it up, and John will be wearing it the next day. I'll be like, hey, that looks good on you. Just keep it. Just keep it, bro.
Like, Ray has excellent fashion sense.
The only thing I don't want to trade is shoes. I never believe anyone should wear anybody's
The best pair of shoes I have, you bought me.
Yeah, I just bought you.
The best pair of shoes I own, Ray got me.
Dude, I'm just excited. Spring is coming, so I can wear all my geeky t-shirts. And I have to say, this shirt, our friend Cliff Stevenson made this shirt for me. Gave it to me over the weekend. This is
Stand up. We can't really see it.
You can't.
Oh, sorry.
This is an ad. This is the actual ad for when Apocalypse Now opened.
Oh, that's
at the
cool.
Cinerama here in LA. And this is what he's been doing is taking original newspaper ads and making t-shirts out of them.
Oh my God, I love that.
Okay, well, as awesome as Cliff is, we should get back to Moon Knight.
Yes.
What do you mean?
That looked like Moon Knight yesterday.
We were talking about Moon Knight a little bit. Okay, so I'm actually very curious to ask Aaron about this because, as the non-geeky comic book person in our group, I am curious, where's your anticipation level right now for Moon Knight, and what do you think about the possibility of a Mark Ruffalo? Because, hey, listen, when they brought in Spider-Man for the first time, they thought, you know what, this is brand new to the MCU, let's support it by having a very familiar character in with it, and they brought in Iron Man. They did that with, hey, Black Panther, we're bringing him in. Let's have him surrounded by recognizable characters. So let's bring him in Civil War. It is not outside of Marvel's playbook. So where's your anticipation level right now for Moon Knight? And what do you think about the idea of bringing in Banner?
That trailer for Moon Knight slayed me. I loved it. I loved, first of all, I think Oscar Isaac is such a brilliant actor. And so the addition of him in anything, especially in the MCU, is beautiful. The use of Kid Cudi's Day and Night. I love when a song is beautifully resurrected and used in such a brilliant way. And I also really enjoyed the way that they showed the psychosis and and the anxiety that he was feeling. I actually felt like I was crawling out of my skin watching it. And so I'm really excited about the show. First of all, I'm not surprised that Mark Ruffalo is going to make an appearance. I feel like Bruce Banner pops up in everything. I mean, all of a sudden we're watching Shang-Chi and there's Bruce Banner. I mean, I feel like
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that
he's
one.
sort of like the one guy, and it makes sense. He's a scientist. So anytime that there's some unexplained phenomena that someone's like, I don't understand what's happening to my life, all of a sudden Bruce Banner's like, well, here, let me tell you what's going on.
He's a looky-loo.
Yeah,
He's a looky-loo of
he's
the
always
MCU.
kind of lurking around the MCU, like, ooh, who's having a problem they can't solve? Let me let me mansplain to you why you're this weird mummy character. So no, I'm not surprised that Bruce Banner is popping up. My initial response when I hear that Moon Knight might pop up as an Avenger is, well, that doesn't work because the Avengers are kind of goofy. Because I think
What?
No, hold on.
Them's fighting words.
Okay, all right. I'm not even gonna look at the chat right now
I'm
because I'm
closing my
sure that no. When I say that, I mean that like Captain America and Thor and Iron Man, they're always trading these barbs with one another, and they're always kind of like, they'll give Hulk a little poke, and they kind of tease each other like friends do who work really well together. So when I think of the Avengers, I think about that kind of jovial, goofy, kidding around kind of environment, and I go, well, I don't really feel like Dark Knight fits with that. But then I think about Miss Marvel, and I think about some of these other, I think about Black Panther. I think about all these other people that come in, and they don't do all that, jokey, goofy, let me just tease you a little bit. Let me give you a little ribbing. It's more those central characters that have that relationship with each other. So then I go, oh no, actually, when it comes down to the real stuff that the Avengers do, which is fighting the bad guys and solving the world's problems. Yes, absolutely. I think that Dark Knight could fit into this.
Moon Knight.
I'm sorry, Moon Knight could fit into this beautifully. If they all of a sudden have him, trading barbs with Thor, I'm gonna go, that's a little outside.
I have a suggestion. Don't go back into the chat for the rest of the day. but to backpack on what Aaron was saying, Oscar Isaac, I don't care for any cameos. I believe he could carry this whole series by himself.
I agree.
Yes.
His talent is above like top level. And also, Rob, did you see the new Moon Knight poster? I'm using it for our thumb today.
The one that
it's incredible.
The Korean version.
The one with the moon behind him.
Yeah.
And he's standing. You see his suit.
But is
Yeah.
the moon falling behind him?
No, not in that world.
Missed opportunity.
No, they use that poster on the Korean art too. It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks great.
Amazing.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this stuff? That the idea of Moon Knight becoming an Avenger. It's hard to say good or bad when we haven't seen the show yet. What do you think about the idea of Mark Ruffalo coming in? Do you believe he will? If so, do you think it's a good idea? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a minute and thank a sponsor of today's video, Viore. Now, Ann and I like to work out and train several days a week, but the thing is I want to be comfortable and not look like a slob at the same time, and I often have a hard time finding something that does both. But Viore, everything is designed to work out in, but it doesn't look or feel like it's made to be worked out in. It is so comfortable, you will want to wear this stuff all the time. Now, you guys know I like some flexibility and versatility in the clothes that I wear, but that's where Viore comes in. See, it can be used for just about any activity like running, training, swimming, yoga, but it's also great just for lounging around or going out on the weekends in. For example, take the men's core shorts. These are the most comfortable and one of the best looking pairs of shorts that you can own, and they're versatile. One pair of shorts for just about every sport that you can play. Or take the men's Sunday performance jogger. These pants are perfect for lounging around in or going out for a good run. Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our viewers, they are offering 20% off your very first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at viore.com/Campea. That's VUORI.com/Campea. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to viore.com/Campea and discover the versatility of Viore clothing.